Ezra 2, you know, the green one. So we already looked at the Profi, and then a lot of you asked about the SN4 version. Is it any better than a Profi? How easy is it to really install sound fonts? We have the SN4, let's get into the studio and take a look. What's up everybody, welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Well, a lot of you asked about the SN4 and why I haven't been reviewing a lot of SN4 stuff. Well, since it came out, I haven't been a huge fan of it. There's been a lot of problems that seem to have worked through a little bit. So we're gonna check this out because a lot of you asked about the SN4 version of this Ezra 2, the green one. Now, a big thank you to Vader Sabers for sending over the SNv4. And yeah, I'm gonna walk you through just a couple of things on this thing. We'll install a sound font just so you can see how easy it is, beyond easy compared to a Profi. And this also has a mobile app that we'll take a look at that's very similar to the SNv4. But before we begin, if you're new here, drop on down, hit that like button, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. And if you are back and you're a regular watcher, welcome back. Let's get to this unboxing. So I'm just gonna go through this really quick because, you know, we pretty much saw all of this already on the Profi. It is virtually the exact same thing we've already seen in Profi from the same manufacturer. So the only thing that's different is the board inside. This is the SNv4 that everybody asked to check out. So obviously in the box we've got the hilt itself. This is the Ezra 2, the green one. The full manual to run your SNv4. We have your USB charging cable, Allen wrench, and some retention screws here. We have a blade plug. Then we have these two alternate pieces here. So we have the alternate emitter for display. These are basically display pieces. So if you want to put these on display and have them a lot more accurate, you're going to swap them out to the display emitter here. And we have the pommel here. And then we have an Ezra plaque and an acrylic stand. And then, of course, in the box we have a pixel blade. This is the 32 inch. I usually go with 32 inches. They just feel better to me. So let's just take a look at the hilt really quick. Again, it's the exact same hilt we saw before. We can swap out the emitter here for the display version. And you can also, which I'm not going to do, you can also swap out the pommel piece for the non-vented. That way it looks a little bit more screen accurate on display, but I'm going to leave that on there. So having the Profi version, I actually did some weathering and kind of made it the correct color and, you know, just made it a little bit more accurate to what it was in the Rebel show. And then down here we have the fully removable chassis. All right, we got the SN4, which you can tell it's got a blue board. All right, we got the 18650 battery. We've got your USB-C charging port right there. Now, we do have a new version coming out in Ahsoka, because now we have Sabine with Ezra's lightsaber, and you'll notice that on hers, she added like the shrouds, like, you know, kind of like Cal Kestis has. So I think we might be getting an addition to this somewhere down the line, or maybe a whole new hilt, because hers also has a couple of extra little things over here. So hopefully we get a new version of this, and her version is more silver and just kind of weathered metal. So this is actually going to be a lot more screen accurate to the show now versus the actual Rebels animated series. All right, let's get right into this. Just like the Profi, this is a 7/8 blade, so it's gonna be nice and bright. We got twist on. Now, this sounds beautiful. It sounds slightly better than the Profi. I actually did a quick video on the sound side by side. Could just be my copies of them, but this one does have a slightly thicker and nicer sound than the Profi does. That's pretty good. Compared to the first couple of versions that I was messing with the SN4, this seems to be a lot better. It's not perfect. I'm still hearing some audio cutouts on some of the accent swings and smooth swing. So you can hear it a little bit. The audio goes whoop, whoop, whoop. It like closes really quick, like a noise gate almost.
I am told it is the dark saber.
This one sounds great. Beautiful. So now you're hearing it a lot on this sound font with the smooth swing. It's going whoop, whoop, whoop. It just sounds like the audio is getting cut. All right, so I've got the same font loaded on Profi here and SNv4 here. Now I just want to show you this as far as what I mean about the audio cutoffs. You'll notice on some of the smooth swings that the audio goes shup, shup, shup. It just kind of cuts off the audio. And I'm going to show you how it should sound just from the Profi. Now I know with some tweaks as far as how they're coding the audio and how they're playing it and how they're cutting it off, that this could sound just like the Profi board. So here we go. So you can see that is the huge plus about the Profi. Even the SNv4s sound really close to Profis now with the accent swings and everything. Now, however, unlike Profi, these are a little bit cheaper, right? And it does have an app just like the SNv4, and it's so easy to load on fonts, and it accepts Profi fonts. So let's move over to loading on a font, and then we'll check out the app. Now, for the sound font install, you are going to need an SD card reader. Now, the SD card is on the back of the chassis, so we're going to pop the battery out. So you always want to pop out the power. And then the SD card is super easy to pop out. You're just going to grab it, pull down. There you go. Now, we just pop that into an SD card reader. Now, I can't remind you this enough. Before you do anything, back up the SD card onto your computer. Just in case something goes wrong, you could delete the card and just load everything back on. You should be good to go. Okay, so we got our SD card in the computer here. SD card is over here on the left. And my sound fonts, these are, I think these are all from Kyberphonic over here. And basically all you're gonna do is drag and drop your Profi files. Let's go over to everybody's favorite, the Grumpy Uncle. All right, V2. Now we're just gonna grab the Profi stuff here, okay? And we're going to drag and drop the folder right into the SD card. All right, and you can see how the folders are labeled here. So the next one would be 28. All right, let's grab another one. Let's go to this one, piece of junk. I kind of like this one. This one's actually the Millennium Falcon, so it's really cool. So let's grab the Profi and drag that over. And we're gonna label that 29. Now down over here, you'll see a set folder, and then you can go into the config file here, open that up with a text file here. And now you can actually tell the blade what you want it to do, or you can do all this really in the app. So, you know, you don't need to do this, but if you want to set everything down here, so we can go copy and paste 28, this 29. All right, now over here, these are the colors. This is the RGB. All right, so all of your information on what everything does here, all right, is all up over here. So we have your RGB, which is in the parenthesis over here. 255 is 100% red, okay? Next one is, this is at 0, but if you put this 255, this is green. So we have red, then we have green, and then we have blue. And every mixture that you could possibly think of in the middle. So you'll see different codes here. So this is green, everything else is off, so that's 100% green. Then we've got some red and green here. This is just red. Then we've got a percentage of green and 100% blue here. So you can, you know, kind of fiddle with all of these numbers. And then if you have Photoshop, you can actually get all of these codes just in Photoshop, just by, you know, the color picker over there. And then if you want to fiddle with these, again, you don't need to. These are like blade effects and stuff over here. It's all listed here. We've got blade effects, fire is 0, steady is 1, pulse is 2, rainbow is 3. You don't really need to fiddle with this stuff because we'll just do it in the app. All right, then you can just pop this out, grab your SD card, throw this back into your chassis. You're gonna pop your battery back in. Remember to put your plus on the pin's side. Do not put your plus towards the speaker. This is minus, this is plus, and it says it right on the chassis itself. All right, match up your battery, boom. Now, sometimes you have to put this battery in 2 or 3 times. I don't know why. There we go. So I had to put the battery in twice for that one. So let's open up the app here and check it out. Unlike Xeno, which actually has the Xeno name in the app, it's a Xeno configurator. This is called Force Park. This sounds like an elderly home for sabers that are getting ready to retire.
Connected.
So the one thing I don't see here, unlike the Xeno app, is the battery power. I haven't really played with this app much since it came out because I just kind of walked away from SNv4 for a little bit. They haven't updated much of anything. I'm not seeing a battery power. All right, so we got power on. Okay, that's loud, so we're gonna lower that. Let's turn that down a little bit, there we go. All right, and then we've got everything down here. So let's go to different sound fonts and see if we can find what we just loaded up. So there they are. This is the Grumpy Uncle. And that is the Millennium Falcon. So it's literally that simple. You drag and drop your Profi files right onto the SD card, label it whatever the next number is, if 28, 29, 32, 4, 8, whatever it is. You just label it whatever the next number is, add that little piece of code, add your color. So the Grumpy Uncle, which now that I'm thinking of it, I think I labeled as blue, which I should have just put as green. And I think I did the other one as green rather than blue. Whatever. But let's see. So yeah, I made the Grumpy Uncle, which is Luke Skywalker, blue. I should have done it the other way around and made the Falcon blue and this one green, but whatever. But we can go in there and just change that, really. So we're gonna go put that all the way to green, those two down, click on Shore, and then there we go, we've got green. And then the next one should be that Millennium Falcon, that piece of junk I think it's called. There we go, and it's that easy. All right, we've got lockups, which you can see everything in the blade, tip drags, blasters, flash on clash, force, smooth color. That's just going to rotate through all the colors. All right, the next to it we actually have step color, which is just going to bang through the colors really quick. And I got to be honest with you, the app works fantastic. Let's lower the volume just a little bit. Over here we actually have BGM, which is background music, so I'm not going to play really anything on there, but if your Saber has music loaded onto it, it will play it. Then down here we have the lighting effects. I'll go through a couple of lighting effects, ignitions. So let's go here. All right, lighting effects is basically what the blade's going to do. So you can see it's breathing over here. So this is effect 3. So that's a fire blade. Then we've got 2, which is just a standard straight blade. Let's go back to green since this is Ezra. Go all the way up there. Now, unlike the Xeno app, this is another thing I don't like about the SN4. You don't have any live preview. So you can tap this thing. See, look, I'm tapping everywhere. And if this was the Xeno app, you would see all of these colors in real time. So you've got to set your color and then you've got to click sure, and then you've got whatever it is that you want to do. You seem to have to hit sure every time. So that annoys me a little bit about this app. All right, so this is like a fire blade. This is a straightforward blade, no effects or anything on it. This is actually what I like a lot. It's just the blade breathing in and out, bright and dark, bright and dark. I love the pulse look on that one. We got rainbow blade, strobe, which drives me nuts. This is just some white twinkles in there. I like that one. This one is strobing with white going up and down. So they have some nice effects in here. This is like a police car with the sirens, just reds and blues, kind of going back and forth. Some more white twinkles. This is actually like a very soft twinkly effect on it. I like that. All right, so it looks like we have 9 effects there. I'm just gonna go back to the pulse. All right, and then below it we have ignitions. So let's see what we have. We're on 1, that's standard. 2. So over almost 2 years of reviewing lightsabers now, these are pretty much the same exact ignitions and blade styles, for the most part, that Xeno has. 3. Yeah, so...
Ignition 4. Ignition 5. Ignition 6. Ignition 7. Ignition 8. Ignition 9. Ignition 10. Ignition 11.
So then over here you kind of have like post-off effect. So this is just a sound that's going to happen when the saber turns off. So you can see this is 1, which is nothing. 2, we have a little bit of a laugh and a twinkle. 3,
This DJ is official.
I hate that. And 4. And then over here we have set parameters. We do have blade length. So actually let's go back here. Power on. Go here to blade length. Now again, this is another problem that I have on the Xeno. When you change your blade length, you'll actually see it change in real time. You have to click sure every time. Parameter, go back up again. So you'll see it. Everything that you do, you gotta click. So you have to constantly adjust and then set. Adjust and set. Adjust and set. Why you just can't see the stuff in real time like the Xeno app is just, I don't understand that. And then it looks like you can pretty much toggle on and off of all of these settings rather than adjusting the sensitivity for them, which is cool. I like that. So all jokes aside about the Forest Park Retirement Home app, it actually works pretty darn well. I really do like having an app to get through all of the settings and everything on the lightsabers. Now, I don't like it as much as I do the Xeno V3 app, which you have everything in real time. You click on a color, you see a color. You click on the blade length to adjust your blade length size to the right size, whether it be 28, 32, 36, whatever it happens to be. You can see that all in real time. I really like that. But wait, there's more. Let's jump over to the Vader Sabers website so I can pull up some information for you. All right, here is the Vader Sabers website. This is the Ezra inspired lightsaber. This one is the SNv4. 32-inch blade is usually what I get, so it looks like we're at 444. And you could also grab Golden Harvest and or Prophy. Now, it is a shame the factory is discontinuing Golden Harvest, so if you are a Golden Harvest person, I would try to get one before they no longer have Golden Harvest in stock. Prophy's great, and it's only a few dollars more than the SNv4. However, the SNv4 is a lot easier to use. You have an app, and it's just getting better as time goes by. So that's awesome. That is it. This is the Ezra 2, the green lightsaber. This is the SNv4 version. It is really cool. I do recommend it. There's so much potential I feel that's coming with the SN Pixel stuff and the app and everything. Drop down below. Let me know what you think of the SNv4 version of the Ezra 2 lightsaber. And while you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button for upcoming videos. Thank you so much to Vader Sabers for sending this over for everybody to look at. You guys asked for it. You wanted to see it. We got it. So I'll see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.